Have you ever felt invisible in a world shouting for attention? Meet Arav, a teen drowning in ping after ping of social updates. Every vibration steals his calm. Every demand chips at his peace. He tries to speak up but finds his voice drowned in noise. One day a friend taunts him, expects a reaction he refuses to give. Silence blooms instead, surprising them all, and suddenly he feels power. That moment sparks a question. What if silence isn't emptiness, but strength? Arav experiments. He skips scrolling, ignores petty arguments, lets noise pass. People lean in, confused. Why isn't he chasing likes? Why no hot take? He shares little, chooses calm replies, sometimes just breathing quietly. Slowly, respect grows around him. Friends notice his steady presence. In class, a girl expects his help. He listens, then guides her softly. His restraint disarms criticism. His patience makes him someone you trust. But old Arav, always saying yes, feels loss. He remembers the boy he was. He loved solving others' problems. Now he wonders if he lost himself. That night he journals, "Who am I beneath these expectations?" He realizes he built a mask to please, to fit, to avoid conflict. That mask served once, but now it weighs him down, blurs his real essence. Arav decides authenticity matters more than acceptance by every single person. He dares to say no when invitations feel draining or meaningless. Some friends pull away. He feels a sting, yet also a strange relief. Bonds based on false Arav vanish, leaving space for genuine connections. He holds firm. Better solitude than crowds that don't see the real him. He wakes earlier now, without urgent messages demanding his morning reaction. In that quiet hour, he breathes, reflects, reads something that truly matters. He starts small. No phone at breakfast, no reactive comments on group chats. Friends ask, "Why so calm?" He smiles. "I'm listening to myself first." He learns value isn't shouting loudest but speaking when it truly counts. On the bus, someone pushes him. He doesn't erupt. He lets them move on. Anger subsides. Clarity rises. He chooses battles that align with his values. This active patience gives him space to observe before he ever speaks. He recalls his favorite athlete, waiting for perfect shot, not acting on impulse. Arav applies it, pauses before firing angry texts or join pointless debates. As days pass, he notices his mind isn't clouded by impulsive regret. He feels stronger inside, as if each moment of pause built quiet armor. But self-control isn't repression, it's chosen alignment, he reminds himself daily. He rejects shame. It's okay to feel anger, but not to let it rule him. He names emotions without blaming. "I feel hurt" instead of "you made me angry." That shift disarms conflicts. Words lose claws when spoken with clear calm. One evening, his little sister cries over exam stress. He simply sits with her. No lecture, no fix, just presence. She calms and he learns the power of being there. Presence versus availability. He's choosing mindful engagement, not robotic obedience. He sets clear boundaries. No phone after 8, no toxic group chats. Some call him cold. He corrects, "I'm protecting my peace." Each no is a yes to his own growth. He feels purpose expand. He measures his worth by how he treats his time and attention. When a classmate demands answers in midnight texts, he delays reply respectfully. They learn to wait, they learn respect, and Arav learns he's in control. He practices conscious rejection, saying no to shiny distractions that derail his goals. A gaming invite flashes. He skips one night to finish a personal project. Next morning, pride warms him more than any late-night victory ever did. He writes his own definition of success. Growth, not applause. And sometimes fear whispers, "What if I lose everyone by staying silent?" He stays quiet, trusts that real connections won't vanish if he speaks less. In fact, his friends lean in when he shares. They value his words more. He now sees himself as a magnet for depth, not a siren for drama. He reminds himself, emotional dignity isn't pride, it's knowing his worth. He refuses to beg for explanations or chase empty apologies. In math class, a bully snickers. Arav doesn't flinch. His calm is answer enough. Silence isn't punishment, it's a message. I'm anchored in who I am. Midpoint reflection, he's half the journey in, stronger, quieter, more himself. But the toughest lesson remains, accepting he won't be understood by everyone. He smiles at scorn. He knows real value doesn't need universal approval. He recalls his coding project. Errors took time, but learning never came overnight. Kind patience with code becomes kind patience with people and himself. His world slows. He chooses depth over speed in every interaction. A teacher praises his thoughtful essays. Thoughtful because he listened to his own mind. He breathes in that praise but doesn't chase it. He chases growth instead. Now a new challenge. Family drama spills over dinner table again. Arav listens, nods, stays calm. His silence reshapes the tense energy. Eventually anger fizzles. Conversation shifts to solution rather than blame. He sees real leadership isn't loudest voice but quiet compass. Later at night, he journals his wins. Boundaries kept, patience practiced, integrity held. He charts small victories, moments he chose, pause over panic. Then he smiles. He's not unreachable because he's distant, but because he's centered. He redefines unreachable, not cold wall, but calm core. Unreachable means invulnerable to old hurts that once broke him. He remembers a breakup. He cried, he healed, now he cherishes the lesson. Now new bonds form around his healed self, not wounded echoes. He trusts loss won't diminish him anymore. Value stays constant within. He practices active patience with his passions, coding, music, late-night reading. He blocks noise, schedules focus, builds momentum on his own terms. A friend texts crisis. He replies carefully, not hurriedly. Help with empathy. They feel heard. Arav feels fulfilled. Presence, not perfunctory response. He realizes, investing energy wisely brings exponential returns in respect and results. He looks at his reflection, no mask, just a boy and his steady gaze. He whispers, I decide my pace. I own my path. Beyond him, the world still clamors, but his quiet stands out like sunrise. He no longer runs to be seen. Those who matter see him anyway. Now he faces uncertainty, exams, future, friendships unknown, yet he feels unshakable because self-control gave him roots, and roots don't quake in wind. He accepts not being understood by all. He's whole regardless of others' view. That acceptance is freedom, freedom from chasing every nod, every like. He chooses not to decode every label the world tries to pin on him. He's a well-managed mystery, complex, calm, quietly powerful. Now in silence, he contemplates new goals, projects aligned with his authentic self. He dreams bigger, not for applause, but for genuine fulfillment. The final stretch, he's almost at 10 minutes of conscious living. He smiles remembering how reactive he once was, so easily pulled off course. Now he's the driver, not a passenger in his own story. Soon this practice becomes second nature. Pause, reflect, choose. His world shifts. Quieter rooms feel fuller. Deeper conversations spark growth. He realizes true connection isn't constant noise, but meaningful dialogue. He leans back at peace, ready for whatever comes next. And when doubts creep, he repeats, my silence is not absence, it's dominion. He invites you, write it down. Feel the power in those words. Pause this video, write my silence is dominion in your notes now. Pause, now resume when you're ready to own your calm. You've watched Irav's journey from noise to solid inner strength. Take a breath. Notice how you feel when you choose quiet over chaos. Replay today. Which reactive moment will you transform into a pause? Which conversation will you enrich with thoughtful silence instead of loudness? Remember, self-control disarms, active patience directs, authenticity frees. As you go forward, guard your time, guard your energy, guard your truth. You don't need to react to everything to feel alive. You need to be reachable only to what truly matters. Let every no be a foundation for your own yes. Live from your center. Let the world adjust around your clarity. And when you feel shaky, return to this practice. Pause, breathe, choose. My silence is dominion. Choose your dominion today. Step into your power.